The circular symmetry commands in Fusion 360 can be used to create T-spline surfaces with radial symmetry and to add radial symmetry to existing T-spline surfaces. To show this to you, I'll start by creating T-splines primitive. In the Sculpt workspace, I'll come up here to Create, I'll choose Cylinder, I'll choose my start plane, a center point, my radius, and I can use the manipulators to edit this primitive. I can add radial symmetry in this dialog while creating the primitive. I'll come up here to Symmetry and choose Circular. Fusion adds symmetry planes on each edge. By changing the number here, I can add symmetry planes between the edges. But I'd like to show you how to add symmetry to a primitive after we've created it. I'll turn off symmetry here and choose OK to complete the command. And to add radial symmetry to this primitive, I'll come up here to Symmetry, Circular Internal. And I'll pick one face either side of each line that I would like to declare symmetry around. I'll right-click and choose OK when I'm done. I now have radial symmetry around each of these green lines. To show this to you, I'll edit this face. Right-click, Edit Form, and I'll grab the manipulator holding down the Alt key to add faces. And I'll right-click and choose OK when I'm done. Radial symmetry can also be used to build symmetrical objects. I'll use Ctrl-Z to back up. I'll grab this face again, right-click and choose Edit Form, pull the manipulator holding the Alt key, and I'll choose OK when I'm done. Now maybe I like this segment and I want to add that around the rest of this shape. I'll go to my top view, I'll select the faces I don't need, I'll hit Delete, and you can see that Fusion now has an open T-spline surface. I'll come up here to Symmetry, Circular, Duplicate. I'll select my T-spline surface, I'll select the axis, and this time I'm going to choose 4. As you can see, Fusion has now welded these T-splines back together. Finally, I'll right-click and choose OK to complete this command. The green lines indicate that symmetry has been baked into this surface. To show you this, I'll grab an edge, right-click, choose Edit Form, and right-click and choose OK when I'm done. The radial symmetry commands can also be used to create a number of objects around an axis. I'll delete this body, and I'll create a new quad ball. I'll pick the work plane, I'll pick the center for my quad ball, and I can use the manipulator to resize my quad ball. I'll right-click and choose OK when I'm done. To create my circular pattern, I'll choose Symmetry, Circular, Duplicate. I'll select my T-spline surface, I'll select the axis of rotation, and I can choose the number of objects I wish to have rotated. I'll right-click and choose OK when I'm done. And you can see if I edit this face that each of the objects will be edited in turn. I'll right-click and choose OK when I'm done. That concludes this video on Autodesk Fusion 360 Radial Symmetry.